Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to the player rating stream for Dingle United FC, whatever you want to call them, versus Nottingham Forest, where it finished 1-0 to Wolves in probably one of the most toothless, pathetic displays. And I'm saying that having watched the Aston Villa match, the Fulham match, the Bournemouth match, the Leicester match, the Spurs match, the Man City match, the Newcastle match. Do I need to carry on? Do I need to carry on with how bad this team is performing? It's so bad, and I'm sorry to say, it has to start with Steve Cooper. He has got it all wrong. The way he's setting this team up to sit back and defend from their own half and not press from the front is doing nothing but inviting pressure on. This isn't championship, but it's the way we're heading, where you can just soak up a bit of pressure and then hit someone on the counter attack. This is the Premier League. You invite any Premier League team, any one of them, to have the freedom to just push you back and create. Even a team as crap as the Dingles, they're going to score eventually. And the question has to be asked, if he's still getting the team selection wrong, which we'll touch on in a second, which we touched on before the match, and if he still hasn't got a clue how to make substitutions, and if he's just looking lost from the sidelines, then is he still the man to lead us forward in this? I don't know. We'll cover that today. Guys, before we get started, if you could give the video a quick like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Look, this is just for those who may be watching this later. It's now 5:10. The match has just finished. As always, I'm just going to tell you guys what I think. Look, maybe once I've had some dinner, walked it off and whatever, my opinions will change. But right now, I'm not happy with what I'm seeing. And if there is any Forest fan that is happy with what they're seeing, then I think those fans need to ask themselves some questions as well. Okay, let's start with the game. And there isn't really too much to cover. I think I can summarize it for you in a couple of minutes max. Forest defended with 11 behind the ball pretty much all match against a toothless Wolves team who could have, against any other team, could have played from this morning until my birthday, which is, a month and 3 days away, and they still wouldn't score. They've had 3 goals this whole season. 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 goals. The amount that Bournemouth scored against us in one match. 1 less than Leicester scored against us in one match. 3 less, half the amount that Man City got against us. Yet Steve Cooper still thinks it's okay to play that deeper defensive line, and that negative tactics is beyond belief. When we went behind and when we started to press them a little, they started to crack. Their defenders were slicing clearances. They were panicking a bit in the defense. Mangala came on and shock horror, a person who knows how to kick a ball and progress a ball forward, but sitting on our bench. Yeah, while Coyote, I don't even know what to call him. He is like Coyote with the Roadrunner. And he's just getting exploded by TNT every 2 seconds because I don't think he's got any legs. He's always behind the play. He's always chasing the man he's marking, and he can't do it. Yet somehow Cooper sees something in this. I don't understand it. Coyote at absolute best, is a CDM. Yet Cooper's playing him out on the left, and he's there in a number 10 position. What the hell? George says, thanks again for helping me with my depression. I really think you're going to become a great YouTuber. Next goal bridge right here. Thanks, George. I'm glad to see you're working through the depression. And as I've said to you, any support you need from us, let us know. But back to it. Coyote shouldn't have been on the pitch. All of you lot who were like, Yates, amazing. He did nothing. That's the thing with Yates. You don't get consistency from it. Lucas, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Tuffalo gives away the penalty. This is the problem with Forest fans at the moment. Someone has one half decent game and suddenly they're the next Maradona. And what we're not understanding as fans is there's no consistency in this team. You'll get, even if someone comes on and has a cameo for 20 minutes, we are that desperate that we're clinging onto it as if that's going to change our season. The season is gone if we carry on the way we are. It's gone. And then his substitutions were atrocious, bringing Lingard on to save the game. Lingard did nothing. He takes off Dennis, who started well for 10 minutes and then faded out. And he left on Brennan Johnson. Now, I'm not going to say anything about Brennan Johnson's pen, yeah? I'm going to talk about his gameplay, which was horrific again today. He had, the one time I remember him doing anything was embarrassing. He picked the ball up near the halfway line, not under any pressure, running down the line, and he just ran the ball out of play with a terrible touch. It's, oh, I don't want to swear. I don't want to swear. Anyway, their goal came from a penalty. It was a really soft penalty. I mean, if Traore could cross a ball or shoot properly, Wolves would have won that 4 or 5-0. But Traore cuts in. Coyote's chasing him towards the edge of the box, obviously in the wrong position, obviously can't catch him up. The Traore is fast, but Coyote positionally was completely wrong. He shoots with his weaker left foot. A terrible shot, wasn't going in. And Tuffalo turns his back on it because that's what Forest players are great at doing when it comes to closing down shots. They won't put their body on the line. No, they turn around. He leaves his hand out. It flicks his hand, penalty given. Was it a penalty? Look, probably. The VAR took about 30 minutes to decide if it was a penalty. It's just, that was poor in itself. Penalties taken, Hendo goes the right way, it goes in the corner, and Cooper still doesn't react to make changes, man. I don't know what he said to them at halftime. Was it a little pat on the back? Well done, lads. It's still 0-0. Keep it up. We might get a 0-0 out of this. Or what? Where's the inspiration to go on that pitch and start pressing and showing that you want to win the ball? It's so bad. It's so bad. It's like, I laughed at Norwich last season when I watched them play in the Premier League because they were poor. We make the Norwich team from last year look like goddamn Real Madrid, man. Adam, Cooper's on that. I don't want to hear what he's going to say because I know what he's going to say. We didn't execute the game plan well. I'm not watching it. I've got the Spurs game on, right? He's going to say, we didn't execute the game plan well. We're not going to hide away. We're not going to hide away from the poor performance. That line pisses me off so much. He's going to say, we will learn from this and we will come back stronger. And pretty much that's all he's going to say. That's all he's going to say. Oh, no, sorry. He will add, we were unlucky to miss the penalty. Had we got the penalty, we would have come away with a point. And that would have been a good result against a good Wolves team. It's so bad. It's so bad. So anyway, Jono, poor. He missed the penalty. It is what it is. Look, the way the game was going, the way our season is going, I said in the live stream he was going to miss it and, you know, whatever. But the rest of his game was terrible. Freuler, I thought, was okay. I thought he was okay. He was picking the ball up from deep and trying to pass it around. But the rest of the defense, when we were in possession, Wolves were not pressing us, but they were just sideway passing. Tuffalo, back to McKenna, to Cook, to Williams, back to Cook, and then back to Hendo. And what would Hendo do? He'd then just punt it up the field, and it would go straight to a Wolves player. Hendo's distribution was worse than it was against Villa. Kai Zero, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I don't know, guys in the chat, which was worse, this performance or the performance against Villa? I don't know. At least with the Villa one, you could say we got a point, but we were at home. And which team was worse, Wolves or Villa? Don't know. And these two teams that we've played, I'd say Wolves and Villa are the worst two teams I've seen in the Premier League so far. And we got Brighton next, we've got Liverpool after that, and then we've got Arsenal. You tell me where you think a single point is coming from there. Jordan's saying, do you think we are missing Stephen Reed? I don't think resurrecting Clough right now would fix this team. I really don't. Josh saying Surridge needs to play. What's he going to do if he plays? There's no service. The balls are just being lumped forward. It's hit and hope football. It's terrible, terrible football. Andrew saying 20 minutes of okay performance, 70 minutes was waste of time. The whole match is a waste of time, Andrew. I didn't feel we were going to score. Even though Mangala came on and looked a decent player, the rest of them were just so crap. Dean says, all our last 7 games have been equally awful, tactically inept. Look, I'm going to say it. This is the elephant in the room, yeah? And I'm just going to say it. Cooper has not got the tactical nous for the Premier League. He has not. He's got the passion. He gets the Forest fans, yeah? He gets everything that we love. But when it comes to going heads up against one manager, I can't think of a single game this season where he's out-tacticked a manager, out-thought a manager, preempted what a manager was going to do. I see nothing from him in that. And he is out of his depth when it comes to the understanding of how the Premier League's working. And then he makes it obvious. He gets really happy because he gets 1 point against Villa. Says, yes, we still need to work on the performance. That needs to be the bottom of our benchmark. And he's gone backwards. He's gone backwards. So the question has to be asked, contract or no new contract? I said it when it was all going on, yeah? Give him the Villa match. See where we are after that. See if there's been any improvement. We saw, I would say, no improvement. We just saw negative football, yeah? And then he tried it again today. Where's the progression from that against these crappy Aston Villa and Dingle FC teams? I mean, seriously, where is the footballing brain in these performances? Loads of people saying Bielsa in the chat. I'm not here to say who replaced him or anything like that. I'm saying we can't just keep hiding behind how much we love him. And I love him. What he did for us last season is beyond a miracle. Yeah. But you have to ask yourself, are you Forest first or are you Cooper first? Yeah. What do you have on your shirt? Is it the badge? Is it the logo? Or is it Cooper? I don't know. Ed, you're right. I'd rather go down fighting than with a whimper. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anyway, guys, let's get into the player ratings. No one's scoring high today. No one. Let's start with the goalkeeper, Henderson. He didn't have, I can't remember of a decent save he needed to make, yeah? Because Wolves were poor. The one real chance they got was Costa being a bender when he was offside and he still missed it. Apart from that, it was just the penalty. But what I will say, his distribution was atrocious. It was so bad. And because all that was happening, Tuffalo to McKenna to Cook to Williams, back to Cook, back to McKenna, back to Hendo, punt upfield, straight back to Wolves. Where's the building blocks from the back? He's meant to be, apparently, one of the best distributors of the ball in the Premier League. Man United fans wanted De Gea drop because he can't distribute the ball, and they wanted Henderson in, who apparently can distribute. All I can say is De Gea's distribution must be worse than my 4-year-old daughter's. But he's got nothing to aim at because that defense is just playing the ball sideways. I'm going to give Henderson, look, he didn't have any saves to make. He didn't have much to do. But what he needed to do was make sure he damn well found a Forest player with a kick. Now, it's not all down to him because the position of the defense and the midfield is terrible for him. But I'm giving him no more than a 4. He had nothing to do saves-wise, but his distribution was appalling. What say you guys? And saying no movement in the middle. Yeah, I agree with that. Adam saying 5. Really sucked again. He overkicked it and it was a shot off target. Use Hennessy's got experience. Red Bull saying a 4. Adam saying a 4. Dean saying a 4. Truth saying 3. A couple of 5s from Ribena and One Tree 2 Star. Adam's giving him a 5. Oh my, a 3. Look, for those of you giving him a 5, what were you thinking about his distribution? Ben's giving him a 1. Jason Lee, he's giving him a 4. And Cooper's giving him a 5. I wonder if Steve Cooper is going to as well. Adam's giving him a 4. Let's just move on, man. I can't even be asked to do this. I'm so pissed with how shit this team is. What do we start with? Let's go to Williams. Get your thoughts in on Williams. Williams is crap. I'm just going to come out and say he's crap. I don't know what he offers this team. He can't shoot. I mean, he won the penalty with with a Traore-like shot. No, he didn't. There was a penalty incident. He didn't even win the penalty. Let me start again, right? His shooting is just as bad today as it was at the start of the season. And he does the same thing. He drags his shot. He always shoots from right to left, aiming for the far post. He drags his shot and it goes wayward every single time. Aurier is 100 times better than him. He's crap. It's as simple as that. He hasn't got the strength at the back. He can't cross a ball in anymore. And he seems to be able to cross a ball in better with his left foot when he cuts back and crosses it in. Yet he's right-footed. Yes, I know he has a strong, weak foot. But I am sorry. I said this in the stream yesterday. Spence is better than him. There's so many people that say Spence can't defend. Yeah, I would take that over the crap that he's offering up the pitch. He's terrible. He's terrible. And look, he's still young. He might get better. But Spence was young as well. And Spence showed to me way more potential than Nico Williams is. Yes, you can argue Spence isn't even getting a game, but he's at a team that's third in the league. You can understand that, yeah? But this guy, he can't cross, he can't shoot, he gets outstrengthened in the defense. He's crap. And he had a crap game today as well. It's just, there's nothing he did that I thought was good in there. Nothing. And it's a shame that Aurier was injured or whatever happened to him, because he would have done a lot better. Let me give him his rating. I'm just going to give him a 3. What are you guys saying? Let's give him a 3. Matt's saying 2. Josh is giving him a 6. Poe's saying get Spence on loan. Omar's giving him a 2. Adam's giving him a 2. Harry's giving him a 2. Dean said, yeah, he didn't overlap. Dylan's giving him a 4. 1 Tree 2 Star a 3. Poe a 2. K a 3. 2 from Misty. 1 from Wake Up. Crazy Cat Lady. Spence had high work rates. Yeah, and Spence, in my opinion, brought the best out in Jono. There's no chemistry or cohesion. I don't care if they're both Welsh. I don't care if they were born in the same hospital on the same day, delivered by the same mother. There's nothing there between them. And you're right, it doesn't overlap. Spence, sometimes you would argue, overlapped too much. Now everyone's wrong about Spence because the mighty dinosaur football loving Conte barely puts him in the squad. Yeah, exactly. It's crap. Absolute crap. And anyway, just to rant on further, why didn't Biancone come on for him? Because Williams was standout terrible today. And Biancone, you know, this whole racism against the French footballers, I'm joking, but against the French, no French player is getting any time on our pitch. If I was Biancone, I'd be down the, the passport place, and I'd be begging them for a British passport. It might actually get him some time on the pitch. You know, I'd denounce myself, I'd do the British test for conversion, whatever it is, and then I'd come to Cooper and like, boss, I was blagging you. I ain't really French. I've got the Union Jack on here. And then the same with Bidet. Or what's Bidet doing? Like, the crap I've heard about Bidet. Oh, he's got long COVID. Oh, he's struggling to adapt in the new country. And then I heard another thing. Oh, he's struggling with the pace of the Premier League. Well, that's bollocks. He hasn't played a single minute on it. So dumb, man. Again, Bidet, you and Biancone, book in an Uber now. Yeah, get yourself to the passport office in Peterborough, or go to the what's the thing called where you go to the place? What's the word? Embassy. Yeah, go to that French embassy. Denounce your allegiance to France, and you could probably get yourself a Swiss passport or something. No, not even a Swiss passport, man. Not even a Swiss passport, because they speak French in Switzerland. Just go Wales, man. Wales give out passports for free. Anyway, let's talk about Cook. He was probably in his comfort zone today because he got to play holding hands with Henderson because we were playing so deep. Unfortunately, he didn't get the yellow card, which for me would have been more important than the 3 points out of the game. But why is he in the team is still the question. What is he doing anywhere near a football pitch? He's so slow. But because he's so slow, that whole performance is based around his weakness, which is his pace, which makes us play holding hands our centre-backs with Henderson. So what's the point? What's the point? I mean, you can't really score him down, but he is the root cause of the problem. That is the problem with it. And if I was to give him a 2, you lot would be like, well, he didn't play that bad. Yes, I agree, he didn't play that bad. But he's the root cause of the problem. He didn't make any mistakes. He didn't handle the ball, which again annoyed me. I wanted him either sent off in the last minute or a yellow card or something. But he is the root cause of this defensive deep line. It's getting beyond a joke now. Forest Dan says, Wolverine Cook is fine in this formation. It's the formation that's bad. And who's responsible for that? It's not the formation that's bad. It's the depth of the line that is bad. That's the problem with it, Ant. It's too deep. It's too deep and it invites pressure and there's no pressing at the front. Look, it would be harsh for me to mark him down when, you know, he's probably there in the changing room thanking Cooper for making everyone else play to protect his crapness. I'm just going to give him a 4. I'm not giving anyone high scores today. Honestly, it's such a bad performance. I'll give him a 4. Adam's giving him a 0. Dean said CBs didn't do too bad in my opinion. Cook a 5. Dylan saying 5. Not much wrong, strangely. Dylan, he couldn't do anything wrong from that deep. Adam's giving him a 2.5. Cookie a 5 from Red Dog. 3 from Poe. 1 for Cookie from Red Dog. Nick saying no pressing is criminal. It's shocking. Cook 5 says 1 tree 2 stars. Adam's still sticking with a 0. Genie Jack saying that's me done with Forest this season. Whipping boys for the rest of the season. Won't be so bad if Cooper played the best team. No for me. No more for me. Obviously it was all Stephen Reed last season. I mean, what can you say to that? Adam's asking who's Forest's top goal scorer. Awoni, maybe. Chuck is saying, I'd rather not blame Cook. He's only doing the best he can. But why is he being chosen? You're so right, Chuck. You're so right. Why is he being chosen? 4's from Josh, 4 from Harry, 5 from Alan. You're right. I meant it's the way the... Yeah. You're right, Ants, yeah. And who's responsible for it? It's Cooper. Look, shy away from it if you want. But at the moment, what I would say is our squad is a good Premier League squad. I would even go as delusional as far as to say they're a mid-table squad, yeah? But if you're going to say that, and the manager is picking the wrong team, playing them incorrectly, he's chopped and changed, he hasn't named the same starting 11 once this season, I'm sorry, but you've got to start looking towards the manager. You really do. And maybe like some of you are saying, Miski's saying it in there, maybe Stephen Reed was the genius behind it all. I don't know. Let's move on to McKenna. I'm starving, guys. I am starving. I'm missing eating dinner to do this crap. Please do like that. Well, look, we're only on 40 likes. And there's about 250 of you in here. Thank you, all of you who have subscribed. Please subscribe if you haven't already. But at the very least, man, ease my pain and bring my blood pressure down by subscribing to the channel and giving the video a quick like, man. George thanking us for helping him. It's not just me, George, it's the whole Forest family that will help you through it. Ben saying Cooper keeps saying it starts with him, but still continuing to make the same crappy decision. Has he said that in the post? I swear if he said that it starts with him again. I swear. Anyway, let's move on to McKenna. I probably thought Cook was better than McKenna today. McKenna was slicing a lot of clearances out for throw-ins. His clearance techers today was really bad. But again, they didn't have much to... The thing is, they didn't have much to do. They didn't. Like, how do you judge a crap team performance against... And this is the thing. Against the team that was... I think the Wolves team, apart from their midfield, is worse on paper than ours. Yeah? Apart from likes of Neves, Nunes, players like that, yeah? But overall, I thought McKenna was better against Vanilla on Monday than he was against these guys. And I just don't get it. Will says, with playing again Tuesday night, we haven't got too long to wait to be disappointed. I mean, Will, has Cook got enough time to recover, surely he gets dropped. And it's away again. Stop player ratings, make it a team rating, and go get your dinner, says Mark. Yeah, I'll 0, and let's move on. Look, McKenna will... I think he was slightly worse than Cook. I can't believe those words are coming out of my mouth. I'm just gonna give him a 4, guys. I'm just gonna give him a 4. They didn't have much to do. Oh my, I figured that out after his 47. Yeah, I know. I've just been noticing it as well in that last message. Like, bro, how many times? What are you guys saying? Dean's giving him a 4. Easter's Red is a 3. Dylan's a 4. All I'm gonna say to you guys is you better be tuned in tomorrow for the Forest Forum. I think Ant is gonna have a lot to say about it, and we're gonna have to help him with his blood pressure. I got quite a lot of guys coming on tomorrow, and I'm sure there's gonna be varying opinions. But my God, it's going to be crazy. And we're 30 likes away from 100, so keep please hitting those like buttons if you haven't already. Crazy Cat Lady says, we don't want words anymore. We need to see it on the pitch. Thank you. After this match, speech is worthless. I couldn't agree more, man. No fan forum tonight. No, we'll do a fan forum tonight, but the Forest Forum. So the fan forum is for you guys to come on and have therapy and vent. The Forest Forum will be with fellow YouTubers, fellow influencers in the Forest world, and it'll be another therapy session for everyone again. So you get 2 therapy sessions as well. So we will do a fan forum, but I might take a break after this and go and eat, and then maybe we'll do it at like 7 or something like that. Post says, in the last stream he also lied about... I'm done with that guy. Anyway, let's move on. I'm just glad I'm not on now. I respect your composure, Mr. Wolverine. I'm still biting my tongue a little, man. I'm still biting my tongue. Let's move on to Tuffalo. If I'm being honest with you guys, I am so angry that I am this close. And this is just me being honest with you guys. And like I said, it might change later. I'm this close to Cooper out, yeah? I'm this close. Because I'm not seeing any difference at all. Performance to performance. In fact, I'd say today we went backwards. Where's that idiot Tuffalo? There he is. Tuffalo. When I'm there saying Loddie's the better player, Loddie's better. Give Loddy deserves time. He doesn't speak the language. You all have seen what Loddy has done in the past. He's a great player. He's clearly come into a pile of crap, yeah? And Tuffalo has an okay game against Villa, and suddenly he's Roberto Carlos. Suddenly. Again, this is what I'm saying with the Forest fans at the moment. One whiff of some cleavage, and suddenly they're all aroused, yeah? It doesn't work like that, yeah? You can't just have a little cameo of an appearance and then suddenly think Roberto Carlos has been reborn in the shape of Tuffalo. It doesn't work like that. I know Loddy was injured, Tommy. That's not the point I'm making. I'm saying that the Forest fans need to calm down when they see a whiff of a performance and expect it to be, you know, the second coming, so to speak. Look, I thought Traore had him on absolute toast today. Absolute toast. By the way, did anyone see the Wolves Twitter page? No. Did they have a bite back about the Dennis picture? Anyway, Traore had him on toast, but Traore is terrible at crossing and terrible at shooting. Yeah. So if Tuffalo was against someone who had Traore's physique and skill set and could cross the ball, we would have lost a lot heavier now. So for me, Tuffalo, and what it caused was MG Dub was playing so deep to double down against Traore. So deep. And it was just crazy. And please don't give me Cooper quotes. I can't deal with Cooper quotes right now. I can't deal with them. For me, I'm going to give him... Alright, let me just click on this link. Oh, crap. That's quite funny. Playtime's over with his tree stump and an axe through it. Yeah, well, fair play to them. Absolute fair play to them. Anyway, back to Tuffalo. I meant to add, what the fuck does that mean? Exactly. It's all sound bites. It's all sound bites coming from him. Okay, anyway, Tuffalo, I just thought Adama had a field day against him. Caused MG Dub to play too deep. God knows where Coyote was in terms of helping with the cover. Tuffalo for me gets a 3. There's the difference in quality between Premier League and not even a great Premier League player and someone who's done their trade in the Championship. This is a 3 for me, max. What are you guys saying? Adam's saying 2. One Tree saying 3.5. Spencer saying Tuffalo a 2. Adam's giving him a 3. Ryan's giving him an easy 2. Cooper might be gone by the morning, says Truth or Dare. I forgot Coyote was playing. I didn't Easter's Red. I didn't because he annoyed the crap out of me. He annoyed the absolute crap out of me. Let's move on. I'm so hungry. Okay, let's go to your guys' favorite here, Ryan Yates. Ryan Yates, apparently man of the match against Vanilla last game. Can someone tell me what he did today? The only thing I noticed is he missed a pretty good chance to score late on from a cross. It might have been a corner that came in and he got under the ball. This is the problem with the likes of Yates and Tuffalo. They do not have consistency. That's why I say with Yates, he is an impact sub. No more, no less. Dylan, you're right. He did get the penalty. Yeah. It didn't exactly help us, did it? Yeah, the header was easy. It wasn't easy, but as a player who has scored a lot of goals with his heads for us last season, you know, he's very good at heading, but not today. But I want to know what you guys saw on the pitch that made you think that this guy was playing with that so-called passion, desire, and everything else. I could have gone there and played with passion and desire. I would have played just as crap as he did. Didn't notice him a single time in the game, apart from the penalty incident and that header that he bent over the bar. That's all I saw from him. And this is why, again, I go back to it. Stop getting ahead of yourself when you think our championship level players are good enough to step up straight into the Premier League. He is prime example, number 1. He'll have one okay game. He'll have one decent cameo appearance off the bench. And then he'll play crap when he starts the game. So for me, Yates is 3. Whoops. Wrong button. I'd give him a 3. I just didn't notice him. Yes, he won the penalty, but it meant nothing. It's a 3 for me. Can we get a quick Cooper poll? Oh, Mike, can you run polls as an admin? I think you might be able to. Chuck says, I would love to see you come on Wolverine as a sub in a preseason game. Look, if all Forest fans want these days is passion on the pitch, I'll give them plenty of passion. I'll be, you know, in an incubator 10 minutes later, but it is what it is. All right, let's just get a little flavor of where everyone is. So, Cooper in or out? So I'm gonna run a poll just to see where you guys are at the moment. Most of you are giving Yates a 3 or a 4. Let's just move on. Let's move on. But get your votes in on there. Okay, so after Yates, who we got? We got Freuler. Freuler I thought was all right. Again, steady, calm, foot on the ball. No one pressed him. He was able to make some passes. Some of his passes were sideways and backwards, I will admit to it. But if I had to pick from a pile of crap, which one stunk the least, it would have been Freuler for me. I think he was okay. Didn't really over-influence the game. My God, man, 77% out. Are you guys all going to be changing your mind after a good night's sleep? I don't know. But he probably stood out the most for me out of all the players because you can tell he's got quality. He can actually pass a ball from A to Z, or A to B, should I say, which I feel like none of the other players at the moment can do. What do we give him? I don't want to give anyone a high mark today. I'm that annoyed with them. I think we'll give him a 6, which is basically a good average performance. Jack says, I've always been Cooper in, but after that, honestly, I think we are out. What are you guys giving him? Josh 6, Crazy Lady 6, One Tree's giving him a 4, Ben's giving him a 5, It was everyone else that was making him look bad. Ryan's giving him a solid 6. Tommy giving him a 5. I'll most likely change my mind after a good night's sleep, says Smithy. 4 from Miski. Josh with a 6 as well. If I'm missing anyone's chats, just apologies. But I'm trying to do this at the same time. Dean says Spoiler a 6, cream of a bad crop. Agree with that. Adam's giving him a 7. All right, this is the one. This is the one for me. This is the one for me. It's like, what do you do with this bellend, man? I mean, seriously, where is he? Do I even have him? Does he even make my team sheet? I'm going to close the vote for the Cooper in or out. 74% Cooper out with 77 of you voting. I just... By far our best player deserves at least a 1 as far as dance. I just don't know. I'm going to close the poll. 74% Cooper out, 26 Cooper in, 75. Poll closing in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's talk about Coyote. I mean, I just don't understand what he's meant to be doing on the pitch. Because for me, I've seen him for many years. Palace, who was he at before Palace? I can't remember, was it West Ham or something? He always played with a bit of composure and sat in front of the defenders, yeah? Steve Cooper sees something magical in him and plays him higher up the pitch, wide left. He's there playing as a cam sometimes. I just don't get it. I just don't get what the hell he's doing on the pitch. Tomek says, all I'll say is Cooper is a charismatic guy, good with words, and has already convinced most Forest fans that he's the guy for the job. But on the pitch, nothing changes. Yep. Tomek, couldn't agree more. He has been... This is the thing that bugs me about him, right? He was the worst player on the pitch against Leicester. Back to Coyote here. Worst player on the pitch against Leicester. Yet he still got back into the team for Villa. And I thought he was out of position a lot of the time against the Villa match. And today, he's got a good case for being the worst player on the pitch today. Someone explained to me when in his career he's played as a cam or in the number 10 or whatever. But on his question, Wolverine, Coyote or Colback, I honestly go Colback. I really would. Because, you know what Coyote reminds me of? He reminds me of Awoni. His touches are clumsy. His footwork is clumsy. In terms of those aspects, not everything the same as Awoni, but in terms of the way he's able to control a ball, even his tackles are clumsy because he hasn't got the pace and he's clip him, shut up. That's who I would take, what Tommy just said there. I'd rather Cafu ahead. Like, I wouldn't have put Colback into the squad. I would have put Cafu into the squad. But anyway, back to this fine specimen of a player. Either you sit him in front of the defense or you chuck him out of the squad. There's no two ways about it with me. He has nothing to offer the team. He has the odd long shot. The only thing he offers the team is height, yeah? But have we got to that stage where we're only playing for height? It's stupid. It's crazy. Cooper is at fault for this, for playing him 3 games in a row. And just think about that. He's played 3 games in a row at his age, yeah, with the lack of pace he's already got, yeah, with Mangala on the bench. We've had O'Brien on the bench in the previous game, yeah, and Mangala both on the bench in the last game. What the hell is he doing on the pitch? What is he doing? I mean it when I say this. I'm not trolling. I'm not kidding. Cafu's a better player than him. By a mile. He's getting, for me, I'm just going to give him that, a 0. And tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. What are you guys giving him? Dean saying, awful player, like Bambi on ice with a broken leg, 0 out of 10. Forrest, do you reckon Coops would pick Coyote over Messi because of his height? Yeah, I do. I honestly do. Ryan's giving him a 0. Adam's saying Coyote doesn't deserve a score. Tommy's saying gingivitis. Isn't Coyote or our equal second top goal scorer with 1 goal, says Jock. Skylar's giving him a 1. Chris giving him a 2. Ashley giving him a 0. Tommy saying 0 isn't a score. And it's a score today. Tommy, it's a score today. Sophie giving him a 0. Wake up a 3. How did you get to 3 wake up? Cafu is a great player, but he looks lazy, but it's his style. He's better than this pile of crap. He really is. Team's giving him an NA. Let's get him off the screen before I start to get angry again. Oh, I'm about to get angry because we're going to move on to who's next? Jono. What the hell, man? I want it to work so badly for him because I love him. He needs to be dropped from the team. I said all week he needs a game out of the team, but I'm now starting to think, does he need more than a game out of the team, and does he need to be a Yates and become an impact sub? I just don't know. I just don't know. I'll never be able to talk about him the way I talk about a Coyote or a Cook or a Colback because, again, he was brilliant last season. But I will go back to my point. Spence lifted him levels. Absolute levels, yeah? His problem is he's getting no service. When he's getting service, he's feeling the pressure. He literally ran the ball out of play. What is this, man? What's happened to him over the summer? What's happened to him over the summer? I would say on his performances, he's in danger of not making the World Cup team. Now, I think he will go. But what is going on? Why can't he get that chemistry with Williams? Why? I don't understand. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I said the front three today should have been Awoni up front, Dennis on the left, MG Dub on the right. Yeah? And Johnson just taken out of the limelight. Because that penalty miss is going to make things 100 times worse from him. Now, the problem we've got is because he's missed that penalty, I guarantee you Cooper will not drop him. Because in Cooper's mind, it will shatter his confidence even more. It really will. And he needs to be dropped for the Brighton game. There's no two ways about it. What do we give him? I hate scoring him low. I hate it. I mean, this is really harsh. It's really hard. I'm giving him a 1. He always goes left on a penalty, man, or middle. And today he chose to go right. Look, it is what it is. A penalty is a lottery. I know all too well from FIFA, innit? But the pressure was on him. The penalty wasn't hit great. It's got to be a 1, guys, for me. I'm sorry. I hate to do it. I hate to do it. Dylan's giving him a 3. Easter's Red -1. Chalk 1. Retro 0. Floyd a 3. Northwest Red said no way he played great for Wales the other week under their manager. Yeah. Ashley's giving it a 2. Jordan a 1. Adam a 1. Fox is saying Johnson looks poor, but I blame Cooper for not taking him out. Dennis looked lively, but should be on the wing. Taiwo up front. Cooper has to take flak for selection. I couldn't agree more. And saying, I know I'll get hammered for this, but I've always loved Jono. I've always thought he's been overrated. He's a fine young player, but has a lot of improving to do in a lot of areas of his game. Yeah, it's a fair comment, man. Dylan says body shape was easy for the keeper. As my sister's phone said, I've said before, Jono and Williams are lovers. It's distract. Adam says anyone who plays a full 90 minutes won't play against Brighton. I wouldn't play any of them against Brighton. Tommy's giving him a 3. Adam's giving him a 1. Fox is saying, and no way is Toffolo better than Loddy. Ends that debate. Thank you, Fox. Thank you. I've been backing Loddy all week, but apparently I've been wrong. You know? Icy says, just watch the highlights. How we haven't scored, I don't know. I mean, that highlight reel for the whole match couldn't have been very long. Michael Andrews says the team can't carry a poor defense and not play into Johnson's strength is a 2 for me. Adam's giving him a 1. Needs a rest. I agree. Fallen in love with Wales, not interested in Forest now, says Peter. Bloody hell. Tommy's saying telegraphed run up on the penalty. And saying Brennan did telegraph his pen telegraph his pen direction. Gunninger says put Cooper to pick same team for Brighton. Oh, don't say that, man. Let's just run through. I'm getting more and more depressed with each minute. Morgan Gibbs-White. Yeah, honestly, I didn't really notice him. All I noticed from him was that he was tracking back to double up against Traore. That's literally truth or dare. Have a good night, man. Did anyone? I'm just racking my brains to remember what he did apart from double up with Tuffalo, because Tuffalo was too crap to control Traore. He didn't do much, guys. It was against his old club. I was hoping for him to step up. There's not much to say about him, really. It was a poor game all around. I think just a 3. A 3 for me. And he is my favorite player on the team. But today he was poor. He was poor. He took that free kick. Oh, the one that went high, wide, and ugly. Took every set piece. Ben says a 2. I mean, the corner that he put in for the pen was well placed. Dean saying a 2. Adam saying a 1. Walking Boone saying my ratings are all of them are pigs. Chuck says MG Dub is the crap new version of a BMW. It looks great, but is a crap clone. Yeah, I've seen the response, Creeper. Dylan says this should have been his moment at 3. Bias score for it. It is still a little biased, I'm not going to lie. I mean, you could give him a 1 alongside Jono. Fox says, felt sorry for MGW. He's a cracking player, no service. Was poor today. He needs a progressive pass from midfield. Get O'Brien and Mangala. Fox, man, me and you are exactly on the same wavelength. I don't know if you're just saying that from my videos or it's your own thoughts or a bit of both, but exact same wavelength. Sorry, MG, I love you, man, but it's the 3 today from me. Let's move on. Dennis. I thought Dennis started really well. He was lively, nipping at them, trying to run with them, and then just fizzled out. He fizzled out. I felt like he was trying stuff and then looked around him, especially when, he's in the Wolves half and he looks around and he's like, where are the red shirts? Oh, you're back there in your own half. Oh, okay. So we're not actually going forward today. We're not actually going to push into their half. No. And then he thought, screw it, why should I be bothering then? And then he just kind of fizzled out. Dennis would have scored that penalty, says Adam. I don't think he was was he still on the pitch at that time? I don't think so. Look, I still think he's being played out of position. He would be better at wide on the left for me with Owoni up front. But at least I would say he was the only player to show a little bit of an attempt. And I'm saying it's this much, yeah, of someone who was trying to play football but had nothing around him to help him. What can he do? What can he do? I don't know. And of course he got subbed off. If he's not being subbed on, he's being subbed off. It's just harsh on him. Look, I like him. This is probably slightly too high. But between him and Freuler, I thought they were the only 2 decent players from the starting lineup. I'm going to give him a 5. Dennis is a 4, says Ben. Adams changed his mind to a 5. Josh is giving him a 6. Ashley a 4. 5 for Adam. None of the front 3 moved to work the defenders and create space, said Dylan. They weren't closing them down either, man. They weren't closing them down. Fox says, I like Dennis. He looks like a player. I think he'll be much better on the wing. Again, we're agreeing, Fox. Give him more service. Again, agreeing. And he'll create problems. O'Brien became ill because Cooper wouldn't let him play recently, says Tommy. Cal's giving him a 5. Dennis got fouled about. He did. And he was doing a bit of backing up into the players as well. Overall, he was okay overall. No more than okay. But at least he showed something. Michelangelo says Dennis should play with only a 4 from me. Correct for effort. A pass mark should be rated. Okay, let's move on. Guys, you're going to have to help me with the subs. I'm trying to think. I think... who came on? It was a double substitution, wasn't it? It was Mangala and Jesse Lingard. As soon as he came on, Mangala, you saw he can pass the ball, he can run with the ball, he can move the ball forward, yeah. What he definitely can't do is shoot, guys. And I've told you this from the moment we signed him. I think he scored like 2 goals in his career. Oh, it was Lingard and Surridge, was it? Okay, we'll come back to them. Why he is not starting, unless someone is going to tell me he's playing with a broken leg or he's got a glass eye and it fell out before the kickoff of the match and they had to surgically put it back in. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't know why he didn't play against Vanilla. I don't know why he didn't play against them today. Even when he was injured with his knee injury or whatever it was, I still would have played him injured and he would have been better than our midfield. So for me, he comes out with some credit, apart from his shooting, which we already knew anyway. But he was one of the better players that came on. I'm gonna give him just a solid 6, 5. For me, 5, because he came on as sub. He didn't have much time to influence. Just give him a 5. But I thought he was really good. And if Cooper doesn't start him against Brighton, then that will tip me over the edge of the iceberg. I honestly mean it, because he is one of our best players. I said this last week to a few of the guys. Yeah, I was gonna do a video on the top 10 best Forest players this season. I had O'Brien in there at number 1. I got to Mangala at number 2, and then I ran out of players. I didn't know who to put at number 3. Maybe you guys can tell me. Didn't know what to do. But anyway, a 5 is a good performance, especially as he came on as a sub. Because of the team performance, I can't score him. Honestly, I can't score him any higher, but he is one of our best players. What are you guys saying? 6s and 7s really across the board, it seems like it. Stridix is saying the fans are 3rd. I'd probably put the fans at number 1, man. Spoiler probably at number 3, Skylar. Yeah, definitely. But at the time I was doing the video, he hadn't even had a start, so I couldn't have rated him. That's the problem with it. Tommy's giving him a 5 for a 6. Definitely Mangala to start, no question about it. Floyd, I don't get the questions. I really, really don't get how it can be a question of him not starting. Sophie's saying a taxi for Coops. Colin's saying team is in shambles, especially with all the news that broke this week. Laughing stock of the Premier League. Who are they going to sack next? The toilet cleaner. It's easy to play a suck formation in this team. Anyway, let's move on. So then Surridge came on. Didn't notice him. You lot have all been crying out for him. Did he have a shot on goal? Oops. Did he have a shot on goal? Didn't see it if he did. I saw him backing into a few players and getting a couple of fouls. Lingard was the other sub, not Surridge. Alright, let's do Lingard. I'm avoiding doing Lingard. Just quickly, Surridge, I didn't notice him. He didn't offend me. He won a couple of fouls. Just very quickly, we'll just give him a 5. Whatever. I don't think he's Premier League quality. But whatever. You guys love him. I love what he did last season. But again, he's another championship player. Let's move on to this pile of waste of time and money and crapness. This guy is meant to have come on off the bench. Your chance, mate. Your chance to come on and drive the play forward. Make, use of that 80 grand. What minute did he come on? Does anyone know? In fact, I've probably got it here. Let me just have a quick look. Timeline. Jesse Lingard came on. Oh, all the subs were late, weren't they? All the subs. He came on at the 70th minute. So he had 20 minutes to try and influence the game. He did nothing. He's a waste of space, a waste of money, a waste of my eyes having to look at him on a football pitch. Look, I think the only good thing he did was not to slice the ball and give them a chance. Like he did against, can't even remember who it was now. Leicester, wasn't it? And he did it against Bournemouth. So at least he didn't mess up a goal opportunity for them. He was crap. Didn't notice him. Don't care about him. I want him out. I want him gone. He's a waste of space, a waste of time, a waste of our money. We could have had Aurora for him. Instead, he's a 1 and a 1 at luckiness just because he didn't assist the opponents this time with a goal. We've done Surridge, and then did anyone else come on? Was that it, guys? Help me out here. Help me out. We've done Mangala. Oh, Awoni came on. I didn't notice him either. I honestly didn't notice him. Awoni. Oh, let's just give him. He did nothing. Let's give him a 3. What? Wait, what? Where's all my pictures gone? Awoni, there's your 3. It's official. Move on. Let's talk about who we need to talk about now. Cooper. I'm this close. I'm this close to thinking he hasn't got what it takes. 1 point in, what are we now, 7 games since we last got a point, which was against Everton. I'm this close, guys. I'm this close. I don't think he's got the tactics to take on other managers in the Premier League. I don't think he's still not making subs at the right time. We're crying out at halftime for Mangala to come on. East is red. That's where I'm with as well. I'm with you at that. The team selection, screaming out it was wrong before the match. He's still persisting with Cook, which is forcing us to play too deep. Or like you said a few weeks ago, food bank football. Yeah, it is. Come in and get a meal for free against Forest. His subs with 2 minutes to go is baffling. Agree. Northern saying Cooper's clueless. Simon saying, was anyone over a 5? I think Mangala scraped a 5 and Freuler did. And I can't remember the others, bro. You can catch up later, though. You can catch up later. Dean saying, Cooper, a big, giant, fat, huge 0. I'm a fan until I saw his tactics today against a team that can't score. Crazy Cat Lady. Wolverine, I admire your patience with Cooper, but where would you draw the line? 4 points is so poor. Look, I said I drew the line at Villa, and I wanted to see improvements. And we saw the improvements in terms of the points tally, but as I said after the match, we didn't see improvements on the pitch. That brought him, for me, to this match against Wolves. Another poor team, and he got the tactics wrong. He got the lineup wrong. He got the formation right, but he executed the formation wrong by the way that he set the team depth because of Cook as well. He's and I said this, and before I say anything else, guys, 13 more likes. At least get us to 100 likes if you would be kind enough. This for me is now. He's out of his depth. And a lot of you are saying Bielsa. I'm not going to talk about replacements or anything like that, but he's got questions to answer. He really does. He's passionate. We all love him. Look, whatever we say, we still love him and what he's done for us. But I am Forest before I am Cooper. I will be, I always will be, and that will never change. I've seen many managers come and go. And I've seen many fans be upset when a manager's gone and then they've forgotten about him if the next manager's done okay. But he's not like, it's not like he's a Pierce, man. Pierce getting fired, Pierce going when he did, that hurt me. O'Neill, I really wanted it to work for O'Neill. Cooper, I really want it to work for him as well. Badini's spot on. MG Dub, as I put in the video the other day, said he's too soft. You can't have softy nicey nice in the Premier League. I'm not gonna say Cooper out yet. I want a meal in my stomach first. Maybe when we get onto the fan forum later on, I'll be at that stage. But I'm not at the stage where I'm getting drawn closer to him. I'm getting pushed further away from him match by match. He can say all the things he wants to in the press. He can say all the fluffy nice stuff. But all I care about is the performance on the pitch. That's it. I don't care if it's him in the dugout, if it's Pierce in the dugout, Roy Keane, whatever. I need to see performances and improvements on the pitch, and nothing has changed. Nothing has changed for me. Or what's the question? We can't sack him. We re-signed a contract, says Adam. The contract means nothing, man. You can sack a manager the same day you let him sign a contract. It just means his payout is better on that. Exactly what Ben said and Dean said as well. Mr. Chris is saying, not to everyone's liking, but Big Sam until the end of the... Oh, God, no. And before anyone says crap football, just remember he hasn't been relegated from the Premier League and he's got teams out of the bottom 3. I don't want to talk about replacements yet. I just want to see what happens. Adam's giving him a 5.5. How did you get that high? Fuck says, only reason I could handle a sacking would be if we follow Brighton's model and price like for like and would give to the World Cup. But Fox, what do you expect to change between now and the World Cup when we've got Brighton, Liverpool, Arsenal, Crystal Palace, and Brentford, I want to say, or the other way around? Where, guys, just put this in the chat now, and you guys watching later on in the comments. From the next 5 games, how many points do you see us picking up, carrying on with the style we're doing now? Answer me that question, please. I don't see anything from the next 3 games. I see a weird one where we beat Arsenal. I honestly do. We'll lose to Brighton, we'll get tonked by Liverpool, and we'll have some freak result at the Emirates. We'll have some freak results. Skylar, your maths, oh, you're saying from all those games, 15. Andrew's saying 1. Lodi is saying 0. Okay, but it is the point. Tomic is saying max 3. Is the question not relevant then? If we are already seeing nothing from the next 4 or 5 games, yeah, then why would we not have a change in direction? Why? Tommy says, I've taken a 0-0 before kickoff today. I didn't. I said this had to be 3 points because even if we performed out of our skins today and saw this cohesion and everything, it would have been like, where's the rest of the points coming from? 3 needed to be done today. We will not beat Arsenal. I'd expect a 5-0 loss right now. I'm not saying we will. I'm saying it'd just be so Forest. We get tonked by Liverpool, tonked by Brighton, and then we go and beat Arsenal. Something weird like that. 2 more likes for 100. If you haven't hit the like, please hit the like button now. Post says, exactly what's the point of keeping Cooper? Yes. If we're already all in agreement, it'll be 0 points. Yes. Do we just need to roll the dice? Ben says, Adam, maybe, but Marinakis may think it's worth it in the long run. I don't, you can't invest 150 million and just see performances like that. You can't. Michelangelo says, the Forest Green ex-manager who was sacked at Watford is available. Dean says, if Cooper stays, and this is from a Cooper fan until today, then we will go down with the lowest total ever. That's some damning reality there, Dean. Cal says, I don't think Cooper can keep his place if next to get... But this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. Realistically, we're going to lose to Brighton away. We're going to play the same boring football, yeah? You know, I almost feel like I need to apologize to Boring Mouth because at least they can grind out results with their boring style. We can't even do that. Gabrielle's saying 5 points total going into the World Cup. I can't see anything else. I don't see us getting to 5. I really don't. And then it does raise the question, does it need to change to maybe get a manager bounce? Maybe some short-termism is required. Boris said, we're basically becoming a charity case. Why do pundits tell us to keep Steve Cooper? Why would they say the same if he was in charge of their club? Do you know what, Boris? That's a very good point because look, all my friends locally to me are not Forest fans, obviously, because I don't live in Nottingham. Every single one of them, they're Man U, Spurs, Arsenal, Chelsea fan, whatever, yeah? When I ask them, would you rather your team faces Forest with or without Cooper? They don't even hesitate. Say with. And then when I ask them, as an outsider looking in, would you sack Cooper or keep him? Sack is instantly what they say. Sometimes getting an opinion of a fan who's not a Forest fan is really, really important and really useful to have. And it just takes that biased perspective out of it. So maybe if you guys have got non-Forest fans, ask them the same question. I'll start with the question of, let's just say they were a Chelsea fan. Just say to them, when Forest play Chelsea, would you rather see Cooper in the dugout or anyone else? And see what they say about it. And that in itself will give you an idea of how our goggles are so tainted at the moment. Chuck says, who would be your first 11? Go check Twitter out for my first 11 if you've got Twitter. I tweeted it. It was either yesterday or today. Look, my first 11, do you mean depending on fitness or not? Colin says, my mate's a Swansea supporter and he said Cooper started fantastic, but then started making weird decisions and playing very negatively. That does sound very, very familiar. Pundits hate Forest. They gave bad advice, said Adam. Ant saying, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place because There's no obvious realistic replacement out there. There is, and I just don't want to disrespect him by talking about it. I think there's 3 to 4 that are realistic. Simon says, I'd let Giraldi choose the team and formation for a game, nothing to lose. Post saying, what a surprise. That almost sounds like the situation we're currently in. As soon as Cooper signs a new contract, my mate from London texts me saying you're doomed. Exactly. I got a text message saying, have they lost their minds? From mates of mine that were not Forest fans. Anyway, let's do the score on Cooper. I'm going to give him a big fat 0. Another terrible, tactically poor subs, poor starting lineup. The only thing that raised him to a 0.000 to the 10 to the power of a million one was that he still stuck to the correct formation. Oh my god, you lot are giving him minuses. My god, Andrew's giving him a 2. VFN, why did he? I don't know. I don't know why he took a striker off. Let you know privately. I'm sure tomorrow we're still going to be angry and we're going to go into look. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 24 hours? But yeah, Cooper for me a 0. Guys who are watching later, let me know down below. What are you giving Cooper? Let's talk about man of the match, guys. Man of the match. By the way, before we talk about man of the match, can I say that ref was one of the worst performing refs I've ever seen this season in the Premier League. It's crazy. VFN, I got Forest top 5 from FIFA. Let me give it a go, he says. I would say, guys, the candidates for me for man of the match are Freuler, Mangala, and then I'm stuck. I need to look at the team sheet again. Freuler, I can tell you who definitely isn't. Definitely not Hendo. Definitely not Tuffalo. Definitely not McKenna. Definitely not Williams. Cook, no chance. Coyote, no. Freuler, maybe. Yates, no. Johnson, definitely not. Gibbs-white, no. Dennis, no. It's Freuler or Mangala. That's it. That's it. I'm sick of giving it to a sub. I'm going to give it to... look, I've done this by eliminating who definitely doesn't get it. And from the starting 11, all I'm left with is Freuler. For IT's giving it... Who are you guys giving it to? Ben's giving it to Mangala. Matt's giving it to Freuler. So's Boris. Tim's saying William... Oh, I thought he gave it to... He is a disgrace. Well, not a disgrace, but he's crap. Icy's saying Cook. Tommy's saying Colback for being injured. No, he was back now, wasn't he? He wasn't on the bench, though. James giving it to the kit man. Aurier should have started. Aurier was injured, I think, VFN. He wasn't even named on the subs bench. Man of the match must be Wolves goalie for saving Penn. Mangala when he came on. Yeah, it's Mangala or Freuler, and that's it, guys. I don't see another alternative. I really don't. But it frustrates me again because Freuler hasn't been used. Freuler's been fit all season and is starting now to get the odd game here and there. Russell, you make a point. Don't bother with one. Yeah. Sophie saying Mangala. Bus driver from Peter. Dean saying Freuler. Guys in the chat later on, if you're watching it in the comments, let me know who your man of the match is. But that's it. It gets worse. I think every Forest fan needs to take a deep breath now. And they need to have a good hard think about the situation with Steve Cooper. Is he out of his depth? Forest Twitter guy says Stredek. I'd say the Wolves Twitter feed was a good response. I really would. Give it to an unused sub. I did that last week, Chris. I gave it to Lingard because he didn't come onto the pitch. Maybe we should give it to O'Brien for probably getting too drunk and getting a hangover for his birthday and couldn't play. But yeah, my question to you guys is, it's a couple. Is Cooper... Why do I look so small suddenly? Anyway. Is Cooper out of his depth? Can he get us out of the situation we're in? If the answer to that is no, then what do we do? What do we do? We'll get into all of that in the fan forum. I'm going to go and take a little break, guys. At least we didn't play on a Monday. I wish we did play Monday night. The weekend's ruined. The weekend has been ruined completely now. So thank you, Forest. Appreciate you ruining my weekend. At least you weren't able to on the last 2 weekends because we didn't play till Monday. But there's serious conversations that need to be had. Contract, new contract, I don't care. Things haven't changed on the pitch. And it's not getting better. So I'm going to go eat, guys. We'll come back. We'll do a fan forum. I want you guys to come on. So call it a fan forum or call it a therapy session, whatever you want. But we're gonna have to get under the bonnet of this and really get under the skin of it and see what's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna go and comfort eat now and have my dinner. Probably looking at maybe like 7:30 for a fan forum, something like that. So we'll give it an hour or so if that's good with you guys. Make sure you're subscribed so that the notification comes up for you. Put it on. It'll be about 7:30. 7:30 or 8. 7:30 or 8. Let's have an hour or so just to cool us down. What am I having for dinner? Whatever the missus has made, mate. Whatever she's made. I've probably gone cold by now. All right, guys. I'll be on in a little bit. Go get yourself a bite to eat. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget, if you are gonna if you for whatever crazy reason want to watch the Brighton match for free on Tuesday, click on the link down below and go and get Amazon Prime for free for a 30-day trial. And unfortunately, that will allow you to watch Forest lose to Brighton on Tuesday. I'm sure that's really what you want to do on a Tuesday night. But if you do, like self-harm, then feel free to click it, and it supports the channel and is completely free for you guys to do. So 7:30, 8 o'clock, I'll put a notification and a tweet out. So if you can follow me on Twitter, this thing isn't always in opposite. So Wolverine8125 on Twitter. I'm gonna go have a bite to eat. Thank you all for getting me through the match and the player ratings. I feel a little calmer now. But let's bring it all back in at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. So like before you leave, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in a little bit.